I want to talk with you today about what we've learned about organizations that have a strategy of being a great organization to work for, what we call contented cow companies, and how you can apply some of the same principles in your organization. I have only one point to make this afternoon, and that is this, that creating a great place to work is one of the best things that you can do for your bottom line. A number of years ago, I set a goal for myself to visit all 50 states before I turned 50. I was successful in that endeavor, and I have a picture of myself here in Nebraska. As you can imagine, I have like pretty much 50 of these pictures that look something like this. But here I am in Nebraska, and you'll notice it says Nebraska, home of Arbor Day. I don't know about you, but I'm not buying it. If you're going to put a sign on your state line that says home of Arbor Day, I'm going to be looking for some trees. Now, I drove the entire length of the state of Nebraska, and I want to tell you, this is about as arboreal as it gets. My point is this: if you want to distinguish yourselves as an employer of choice in your area and in your profession, your people and the people in your community are going to want to see the evidence. So, as you heard in the announcement in the introduction, a few years ago I wrote a book with Bill Catlett entitled Contented Cows Give Better Milk. I need to tell you from the very beginning, the book has absolutely nothing to do with cows. But it does make the point that in the same way that contented cows do give better milk, satisfied employees give better performances. And so we're making the business case, the business connection between a strategy, and I've used that word a couple of times already because it is a strategy that successful business owners have. Just as you have a marketing strategy, you have a service strategy, you have a customer strategy, you have a finance strategy, you must also have a people strategy that recognizes the importance of the comfort keepers in making your business successful and profitable. People have asked, well, where did you come up with the title Contented Cows? Well, some of you may know, if you're a fan of Carnation milk, that they've used that phrase for over 100 years to sell their milk. In fact, if you were to go to the supermarket when you get back home and buy a can of Carnation milk, and I would encourage each of you to do so, you would see on the side of the can it still says, "From Contented Cows." And so we use the phrase contented cows with the express written consent of the Nestle Corporation, which now owns Carnation. For the last 12 years, Bill Catlett and I have spent looking at businesses that have a strategy and a well-established reputation of being great places to work. When we wrote Contented Cows, we looked at 6 companies with great reputations, compared them to 6 other companies with not such great reputations, looked at their financial performance, and the difference between the two groups was astounding. Just last month, we announced a new 10th anniversary edition of our Contented Cow companies, and our Common Cow companies have updated the business case, and it is even stronger today. The third assignment I want to give you is this, and that is to define the mission of your organization in clear and compelling terms. And I'm not just talking about your mission statement. I'm talking about, does every comfort keeper in your organization have a very clear sense of mission, of what we're about and what we do and what's important? And if so, how do they know? Where does it come from? Earlier this year, my wife and I were visiting in Edinburgh, Scotland. My wife comes from Scotland, and our daughter is studying there now. And while we were in Edinburgh, we came across this sign. Again, I did not make this one up. But I had to ask myself the question, why would they, of all people, need a sign? Okay? Well, here's the thing. Your people are not clairvoyant. Apparently, neither are they. But your people are not clairvoyant, and they need to hear the message from you. What is important? What is our mission? And as I said, it's not about a mission statement. You have an excellent mission statement. I have read it. If you need perhaps maybe a new one, if you're looking for a new one, or maybe for your own office, I can recommend a book, the Mission Statement book, 301 Corporate Mission Statements from America's top companies. And in that book you will find such jewels as this. Our mission is to maximize shareholder value and satisfy our customers' needs while providing our employees a rewarding and productive work environment, conducting our affairs responsibly in the community. We will accomplish this mission by creating a corporate vision of successful growth, by carefully managing our assets, and by integrating our business through effective planning and allocation of resources. Well, I'm pumped. Aren't you? What does that mean? What do these people even do? I mentioned a little bit earlier Chick-fil-A. They just take a little different view of this whole thing. Hey, do this for me. Pretend you're at the eye doctor, okay? Work with me on this. Pretend you're at the eye doctor. Which is clearer, A or B? See, it just doesn't have to be that complicated. We haven't talked about anything today that's going to cost you a lot of money. We haven't talked about anything today that you as business owners will have to ask anyone's permission for. And we haven't talked about anything that's going to take a lot of time, because the time is now, and the leader really is each of you. Because contented cows do give better milk. My name is Richard Hadden, and you are comfort keepers. Thank you.